put yourself in Todd Bowles' shoes, okay? Suddenly you've said, you've stopped short, we believe on purpose, of saying that Geno Smith is not the starter going away and we want competition. If you hear your offensive coordinator saying, oh, yeah, he's our guy, he's our starter, you having a talk with your offensive coordinator?
Well, first of all, I think before Chan said that, he talked to Todd Bowles, and there was a conversation. And I think it's a good way.
But wouldn't you want that to come from you as the head coach?
Yeah, you would, but for some reason it didn't happen because you talked after, obviously, that Todd talked. And I think when you think about Chan, he's not going to try to upstart the head coach. You know, he's not about that. Chan Gailey is a good, honorable coach. He's been a head coach,
no
obviously.
Question.
And I think I think you put asleep all the press people coming to practice every day, charting the throws when you got quarterback competition. Geno Smith's a starting quarterback. Now, he's a starter. Now he's got to keep the job. And that's probably something that Chan told him. And the way you keep this job, don't turn it over, don't throw it to the other guy. And right now, you're the starter, and he should be, because he's the guy going forward. He's the guy they drafted. We know Fitzpatrick is in the wings. He can't even practice right now, by the way. So they've taken that, they've eliminated the distraction of the press every day writing, well, he threw, you remember when Tim Tebow was there and we had this competition every day?
We were there every day.
We were charting the throws. We were charting what they were doing in practice. Forget about that. Take the distraction away. He's a starting quarterback, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, that's fair. I guess it certainly makes sense. Yeah. But you had to fight for your job every year on the offensive line. There are always two trains of thought about that. Well, a quarterback should know that he's okay so he doesn't get worried about it, or competition makes people better.
I think,
where do you guys fall on that?
I'm on the competition makes people better. Now, there are certain guys, you know, Tom Brady's not going to, you're not going to bench Tom Brady.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Peyton Manning, all those things.
Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers.
Right, but competition makes teams better, and everybody needs to be fighting for their job. Here's the thing. Perception becomes reality, as you know. The thing that scares me about this, when Todd Bowles has stopped short in the past of anointing a quarterback as a starter, is you start thinking from an organizational standpoint. Did somebody come from on high and say, I drafted this guy in the second round, and he's going to be the starter. Make sure you guys give him that opportunity. Because then, you know, you can sit there and start to look at, from an organizational standpoint, I'm sitting in a locker going, really? That guy, there's no competition at the quarterback position after what he hasn't done throughout the course of his career. That can cause a little animosity inside the locker room. So I don't know, but perception becomes reality. Did it come from somewhere other than the coaching staff? Did it come from the owner? That's a scary proposition to me.
Well, it very well could have, without a doubt. And Geno Smith, I mean, what has he done really to earn this spot? Okay, you're the starter going forward. And, Coach, to your point, yes, he has to keep his job. But that's going to be tough to do because we've seen a fair sample of Geno Smith. And the problem is it's the turnovers. He's careless with the ball. Now, you've got Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's been under Chan Gailey, understands the system. If there's a guy that doesn't have to practice right now and can step in and do well, that's him. But going forward, listen, it could be a quick hook. If Geno doesn't figure out how to make better decisions and stop turning over the ball, it's going to be a quick fix.
Maybe the better discussion is, yes, he's the starter, but how long is the leash until he's no longer the starter?
There you go.
We'll find that out when we get into training camp and start playing preseason games and eventually regular season games.